गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। पूर्व वीडियो रे हम पढ़िଥିଲେ गवर्नेंस विषय। आज पढ़िया जो आमेन होते विषय। आमेन होते आईवी ओके 18th डायनेस्टी से थिले। अंडरटेक्स ए ग्रेट रिलीजियस रिफॉर्म से थिले एवं चेंजिंग द इजिप्टिशियन पॉलीथेइस्ट फेथ टू मोनोथेइज्म विथ द ओनली गॉड आटन ओके। से केवल गॉड आटन को ही विश्वास करते से विषय अधिक से प्रचार करते। ही ऑल्सो चेंज हिज नेम टू एवं से भगवान अनुसार से नाटा चेंज कर प्रकृत ना था आमेन होतेब किंतु से गुड़ा से चेंज करके आमेन होतेब से कौन करदे आकेनाटोन ओके एंड बिल्ट ए न्यू कैपिटल सिटी गोटे न्यू कैपिटल सिटी से करते जहाँ ना हूँ आखेनाटन से कथा ना अनुसार से गोटे सिटी करते। आ सब जो आम रही प्री डायनेस्टिक पीरियड सब रही से जो आमर इजिप्ट रे से सब डायनेस्टी गुड़ा यहाँ प्री डायनेस्टिक पीरियड बिफोर 3400 BC ओके। तापर अर्ली डायनेस्टी फास्ट डायनेस्टी वन जोड़ा आमर केते BC रु केते BC चली से सब गुड़ा निजे देखीदेव। ओल्ड किंगडम आम जानते 3टा किंगडम थी ओके। 3टा पीरियड थी किंगडम से 3टा भितर हूँ ओल्ड किंगडम आउ सब देखीदेव तार कौन कौन सब पीरियड रही को पीरियड रही केते रु केते पर्यंत को मैंने शेष पर्यंत ग्रीक रूल करथिला शेष रे पर्सियन रूल करथिले ओके। रोमन रूल चलता मुस्लिम 7th सेंचुरी AD बुझे। तार आम देखा तार सोशल कंडीशन केमी था। Egyptian society was a highly stratified pharaoh governance official priests scribes artisans and peasants ओके बुझे नहीं। साधारणतः इजिप्ट सोसाइटी किए थे फारो थे तार गवर्नेंस ऑफिशियल्स थे प्राइस्ट थे स्क्राइब्स थे आर्टिस्टियंस थे एंड पेजेंट्स मैंने रही। इजिप्टियन सोसाइटी वाज स्ट्रक्चर्ड लाइक ए पिरामिड अनुसार से कराई माने जमी प्रथम आम रही किए आम फार रे गवर्नेंस ऑफिशियल ये टाइप सब रही। आट दि भेरी टॉप ऑफ द सोशल पिरामिड वाज फारो थे है इजिप्ट से सुप्रीम रूलर जहाँ कहूँ बुझे। तार इजिप्टियन रिलीजन स्ट्रेंथेन द फारोस अथॉरिटी फारो जो यार बिलीव्ड टू गॉड एंड देयर वर्ड्स वाज लॉ बुझे। भगवान को विश्वास करते जो कथा गुड़ा विश्वास करते। ता देखा गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल बिलोंग टू द हाईएस्ट क्लास ऑन इजिप्ट सोशल स्ट्रक्चर आफ्टर द फारो। देयर जॉब वाज टू असिस्ट द फारो इन हिज और हर रोल एज सुप्रीम रूलर ऑफ इजिप्ट। Government officials were often member of the pharaoh's family or the other upper classes families. बुझे। Most of them inherited their position from family members. 3 important officials were the vizier and chief treasurer and the general of the army. मैंने थे मुख्य थे। The viziers had more powerful than any one except the pharaoh. ये से मानो दी जो आमर रहिले chief treasurer आउ जनरल ऑफ आर्मी ठार भाइजर अधिक कौन ऊपर लेवल थी कहूँ। दि भाइजर एडवर्टाइज ऑफ फारो एंड कैरी आउट हिज कमांडर्स बुझे। ही अपॉइंटेड एंड सुपरवाइज्ड मेनी ऑफ द अदर गवर्नेंस ऑफिसर्स मान से करते। दि भाइजर ऑल्सो सर्व्ड एज ए किंग काइंड ऑफ चीफ जस्टिस। तापर देखा दि चीफ जस्टिस चीफ ट्रेजर काम कौन ओभरस दि गवर्नर वेल्थ को से नजर करे देखाशुना करे। हिज मेन ड्यूटी वाज टू कलेक्ट टैक्सेस करे आ कौन करे पीपुल पेड देयर टैक्सेस इन ग्रेन काउज क्लोथ एंड सिल्वर्स ये से माने पेड करते जो टैक्स अनुसार। दि टॉप मिलिटरी कमांडर इन इजिप्ट वाज जनरल ऑफ दि आर्मी थिला जे कमांड को ये करथला कमांडर मिलिटरी कमांडर मान को बुझे। ही एडवाइज्ड द फारो इन मैटर ऑफ वार एंड नेशनल सिक्योरिटी। ये सब तार इन्वेटर मान केमी से ये को रख सुरक्षित से सब से देखुला। ହି ଅଲସୋ ହେଲ୍ପଡ୍ ଦି ଫାରୋ ମେକ୍ ଆଲିଆନ୍ସ ୱିଥ୍ ଅଦର କିଙ୍ଗଡମ୍ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେ ସବୁ କାମ କରୁଥିଲା କେମିତି ଅଲଗା ଇଏକୁ ହେଲ୍ପ କରିପାରିବ କ'ଣ ଫରେନ୍ ମିନିଷ୍ଟର ଟାଇପ୍ରେ ଆଉ। ତାର ପ୍ରିଷ୍ଟ ଦେଖିବା ପ୍ରିଷ୍ଟ ୱେଆର୍ ପାୱାରଫୁଲ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ହାଇ ରେସ୍ପେକ୍ଟେଡ୍ ଇନ୍ ସୋସାଇଟି ଥିଲା ଯେଉଁ ପୁରୋହିତ ଯାହା କୁହାଯାଉଛି। ଏ ଲାର୍ଜ ନେଟୱାର୍କ ଅଫ୍ ପ୍ରାଇଷ୍ଟ ସର୍ଭଡ୍ ଦି ଫାରୋ ହୁ ୱାଜ୍ କନସିଡର୍ଡ ଦି ହାଇଏଷ୍ଟ ର୍ୟାଙ୍କଡ୍ ପ୍ରାଇଷ୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ଅଲ୍ ବୁଝୁଛି The high priest advised the pharaoh and oversaw all religious ceremonies. Temple priests were in charge of the temples scattered throughout Egypt. Other priests gave advice and performed healings. Women were allowed to the priestess in Egypt. They were generally regarded as equal to male priests. Temple priests played an extremely important role in Egyptian religions. Every temple was home to one or more Egyptian god. Priests had a special role to play in burial practice. Priests oversaw this sacred ritual. तार स्क्राइब मान देखिए in the social structure scribe were one level below priest मान तल लेवल थे। scribe were Egypt official writers थे and record keepers थे। they were highly respected and well paid थे। okay, most scribe worked for the government other work for priest or noble. they come from classes of society. Ancient Egyptians kept all kind of records, so scribes held a wide variety of jobs. They recorded accounts of the grain and food supply. They wrote down the result of the government census, which counted the people living in Egypt. Some scribes calculated and collected taxes. Legal scribes record court cases and help enforce laws. ଏସବୁ କାମ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେମାନେ କରୁଥିଲେ। Military scribes kept track of army, soldier and food supply and the number of enemies killed in battle. Scribe also carried role of papyrus paper ସେମାନେ ଲେଖା ଲେଖି କରୁଥିଲେ ଆମେ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି। ଓକେ, ଆର୍ଟିଷ୍ଟିଆନ ମାନେ କ'ଣ କରୁଥିଲେ ବିଲୋ ଦି ଏମାନଙ୍କ ତଳେ ସେମାନେ ଥିଲେ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଚର। ଓକେ, Egypt artisans were highly skilled laborers who created some of the most beautiful art object in ancient world କରିଥିଲେ artisans ମାନେ। ଓକେ, artisans specialized in any one of a number of craft. Workers in his classes included carpenters, jewelers, okay, leather workers, metal workers, ଏସବୁ painter, potter, okay, ଏସବୁ ଥିଲେ ସେମାନେ। The most skilled artisans were the stone carver ଥିଲା। okay, stone carver play an important role in tomb building ରେ ସେମାନେ କରୁଥିଲେ important କାମ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଯେଉଁଟା ମାନେ କୌଶଳୀ କାମଟା ସେଟା। were a class toward the lower middle level society. peasant ମାନଙ୍କର ଦେଖିବା କ'ଣ ଥିଲେ peasant were the lowest and largest class in Egypt social structure. देखता they were generally considered unskilled laborers ମାନଙ୍କୁ କୁହାଯାଉଥିଲା। when not busy working in the field, peasants help building monuments like the pyramids. okay, peasants' life revolved around the Nile River. Peasants made up the bulk of the population, but agriculture production was owned directly by the state temple or noble family that owned the land. ଇଜିପ୍ଟରେ ଓମେନ୍ ମାନଙ୍କର ପରିସ୍ଥିତି କେମିତି ଥିଲା ଦେଖିବା। ଇନ୍ ଆନ୍ସିଏଣ୍ଟ ଇଜିପ୍ଟ ସୋସିଆଲ ଡିଗ୍ନିଟି ୱାଜ୍ ନଟ୍ ବେସ୍ଡ ଅନ୍ ଜେଣ୍ଡର ବଟ୍ ରାଦର ଅନ୍ ସୋସିଆଲ। ଓକେ, ଦିସ୍ ମିନ୍ସ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଓମେନ୍ ହେଲ୍ଡ ମେନି ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଇନଫ୍ଲୁଏନ୍ସିଆଲ ପୋଜିସନ୍ ଇନ୍ ancient Egypt and typically enjoyed many of the legal and economic rights given the men within their respective social classes. Women in ancient Egypt had a high degree of equal opportunity and freedom. Other records occupation was that of judge and advisors to pharaoh. women had wealth independently from their husbands. Okay, women were able to settle on a monetary choice independently. ତାହେଲେ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଇଣ୍ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେନ୍ସ ଥିଲା, କିଛି କ୍ଷେତ୍ର ଥିଲା, କିଛି କ୍ଷେତ୍ର ନଥିଲା ତାଙ୍କର ଅଧିକାର. when entered a marriage, women could claim joint property with their husbands. Inscription and sketch portraying women and men going to feasts, hunting and fishing together is an indicator of the equal union of men and women in social life. Women were very educated and highly regarded with their specialization. Female doctors. The head of a legal system was official the pharaoh, who was responsible for enacting law, delivering justice and maintaining law and order. Court documents show that Egyptian law was based on a common sense view of right and wrong. Economic condition देखिए, economic condition कौन था? एग्रीकल्चर थिला. ओके, एग्रीकल्चर से तो इरिगेशन करि पाथुले नेचर अनुसार रिवर थिला नाइल. द बिल्डिंग ऑफ डैम्स एंड कैनल वाज डन एट लोकल एंड रीजनल लेवल्स थिला. ओके, द बिल्डिंग ऑफ डैम्स एट राइट angle to flow the Nile, separating the Nile valley into basins. सेमिति करा हेतला इरिगेशन में प्रॉपर व्यवस्था करा हेतला. Egypt gave the world first hydraulic engineering and systematic irrigation देथला, जोटा आज भी जो चलছে सिस्टम. The Egyptian had a little plugging to do because the flooding of Nile depositing all of the rich soil directly on top. They only need to highly turn the soil, so plugged were lighter weight. The Egyptian plug was lightly built and tied to the horns of the cattle. Industry विषय देखा. Wood was scarce and rare used. Considered a costly artificial semi-precious stone for making ornaments. Glass was manufactured instead on the factory and was used by the nobility only. Glass was made from metalling, the raw material of silica, okay, quartz and soda. Glass was used to make beads use करा होता, amulets and pendant मध्ये use करन्तला. In ancient Egypt, colored glasses were also in used. The papyrus planet was used by Egyptians for paper making in 3000 BC and writing system. आज पे एतिकी आमे नेक्स्ट वीडियो रे तार जहाँ जहाँ रहिला सब इंडस्ट्रियल रहिला, तार ट्रेड रहिला, आ जहाँ जहाँ सब रही हमर इकोनॉमी लाइफ रे से सब हम डिस्कशन करिया. ओके.